You're probably wondering, am I going to buy Luigi Chef?
What's up guys, Matt here and welcome to another video. If you're new here, I love to look at what items are gaining value every tour and analyze what's happening as items get buffed, as new items come into the game in this amazing game called Mario Kart Tour. If you're an ongoing supporter of the channel, I just want to say a massive thank you to you. We've passed the 750 subscriber mark and we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot. So here we are in the Battle Tour, in a brand new era of Mario Kart Tour. The pipes are gone, we've got this brand new spotlight shop, and everything's starting to look different. So it seemed like the right time for us to look at the kind of content that we're bringing you and think about how we can make that even better, more concise, and more useful for you, the player base. The ACR Gameplan episodes, which we've been doing for about the last 10 tours, have been all about trying to help you make decisions of what to invest into, not just for ACR, but also for every single player out there when we're investing for ranked and everything else. And now we see this tour that we have this brand new spotlight shop, which is going to circulate brand new items as well as existing items into our shops every single week. It is a total game changer, guys, and it means that we need to get smarter in the items that we purchase and the items that we invest into on our accounts. So with all that said, welcome to the pilot episode of a brand new series, which is going to be the spiritual successor of the ACR Gameplan. I want to call it something along the lines of the Spotlight on the Battle Tour, because we have things in the Spotlight shop and we want to shine a light on those items and answer the question, should you purchase and should you invest in the new items and the items that we've been given in the Spotlight shop this week? So let's jump right in. We're going to take a look at the new courses. We're going to take a look at what got buffed, what are the items that are gaining value, and we're going to most importantly have a look at some of the overlaps of items and try to answer the question, does it make sense for me to purchase this item or is it not going to be good for my account? Lastly, before we jump in, just a message from Flo, who couldn't make it to film this episode. We will hopefully have him in the voice chat next time, but for this week he is traveling, so massive shout out and thank you to Flo for everything you're doing with the ticket time rankings and fitting this into your life. A busy life and Mario Kart Tour player, I know how challenging that can be. So thank you, Flo, and he says hi. So firstly, let's have a wee chat about how the Spotlight shop actually works. Now, to be really clear, we're still in our first week of the Battle Tour. So we don't fully understand exactly how it's going to work, but you can kind of see the workings already as we look at what we see in the shop this tour and what might be coming next tour. So we had this incredible post on Reddit this week from a user named Nwerewolf or Nwerewolf. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that, but shout out to you for your post. This dude on Reddit, he pulled together an infographic, which I'm going to show you on the screen right now. This is basically the 29 possible drivers this tour, plus there's also some gold drivers which can appear in the Spotlight shop. So these include all the drivers that have a ranked appearance in either week, and there's some key notes when it comes to this. Firstly, there doesn't seem to be the seasonal or city specific drivers. So for example, this tour, Luigi Lederhausen, Baby Mario Koala, and Daisy Holiday Chair, even though they're in ranked, don't appear to have turned up in our Spotlight shop, which is quite fascinating. Then there's also another layer, which seems to be that any driver older than 4 tours has appeared, but drivers which are not are newer than that, such as White Tanooki Mario, which is the Sunday tour onward, have not appeared. Then there's also some gold drivers which seem to be in the shop despite not even being in ranked. These are very low chances, but they do appear for some people. So you can see what's appeared in people's shop in this image. Now, it's very possible that we've missed things or that things might change, but you can see already that in general, there's a real sense that it's ranked items appearing plus a couple other bits and pieces. We don't have full confirmation right now about carts and gliders when it comes to this, but we can imagine that it will be probably essentially the same dynamic. I've spent a bit of time over the last few days just looking at what are the items appearing in different people in my shop. Just want to shout out everyone over on my community server on Discord. Make sure to join, it's completely free. It's an awesome place to just connect in with like-minded people. And we set up a brand new channel, which is the Spotlight Shop, and we started all sharing our screenshots of what's going in there. I started looking through the carts and gliders, and it really seemed to be more than 80% of the items in there were appearing in ranked. There was absolutely, though, items which were not in ranked, some of which are very old. For example, I had the strawberry crepe last night. I would not recommend buying that glider. It's not in ranked, it's not useful. Just save your rubies, guys. Do not buy that glider. So there does seem to be some percentage, maybe somewhere between 20, up to 20% of items which are not in ranked. However, this seemed to be a little different from drivers. We'll have to see in future weeks what happens, whether as ranked changes and as the courses change, whether the items in the Spotlight Shop change too. But I think it's probably pretty safe to bet at this point that that's going to be the case as we go forward, and this is great news. It means we can obtain things. However, there is absolutely temptation, so we need to be really, really careful and cautious. I think it's worth saying that even though the gutch has been removed in this game is still dangerous, and it is still very, very paywalled. Yes, it looks like items have been removed from packs. So on one hand, it looks like, the paywall has gone away, but wait till we get weeks where you have to purchase a new driver on a course. There's no plus skills. You don't want any of the drivers in the tour, but you're forced to part with your 150 rubies to get a level 1 driver. It's not going to be great, guys. So I'm saying it now. Be so careful, play the long game, and be okay with sometimes losing ranked. There's been conversations I've seen in the server which have been, I have to invest to win ranked this week. But guys, they have reviewed the amount of rewards in ranked. Losing a week of ranked is okay. You can tear down, you can not get first. It's okay. You will live to fight another day. You will save your tickets. And especially, I think Kevin Garrett made a great point in his video where he talked about there used to be 40 rubies, which is almost enough for one temple if you place first. Now there's only 25. So you might have to spend 150 rubies to level up something or to obtain a driver or get something on the top shelf in order to compete to only get 25 rubies. So you really have to do the math, guys. It has to be about building your account long term. Don't get sucked into it. Don't get sucked into trying to win ranked every week. You don't need to win every single week. So the overall rule is simple. If an item is useful for your inventory, let's say it gives you preferably 10 or more courses, but even 5 depending on how developed your account is. If it gives you 10 courses at least at level 6 and double capped, go ahead and purchase that item, but only if you have the tickets to invest into it straight away and it's useful and ranked.
Alright guys, with that out of the way, let's go and now take a look at the items which are gaining value. Let's check out their overlaps, and we're going to take a look at some of the items which are showing up in the Spotlight Shop this tour. We're going to overlay that with the items which are very prevalent and ranked, and we're going to overlay that also with the items which are showing up as the top items within the ticket time rankings. So let's go over and have a look. But before I do, I want to shout out Larry98 for the incredible spreadsheets that he's been building. Make sure to check it out over on Discord. His spreadsheet is what I'm going to be using to check out these different items. So let's dive into it right now. Alright guys, here we are over in Larry98's spreadsheet, and you'll see up here I'm in the coverage and buff potential tab, and we're taking a look at Petey Piranha. Now first, I just want to mention that the top 5 items in the ticket time rankings right now are the Gold Me Racing Suit, Mario Samurai, the question mark block Me Racing Suit, Meowser, and Rosalina Chef. These are all incredible drivers. However, they all have something in common this tour. While they've all got a decent amount of ACR appearances, none of them are appearing in ranked at all. And I think this really demonstrates how Nintendo are buffing items in the game. what they're doing is they are really, in a way, paywalling tour to tour and setting entire courses and tours up with none of these really high powered items. In fact, they are then buffing items which are up and coming. So what we need to do is we need to catch the wave as it comes through. So I'm keen to look at each one of these items that do appear in ranked to make sure that we're connecting it in and seeing as they grow which ones are the ones that we need to ride that wave for your account. So looking at Petey Piranha now, he is currently sitting at number 7 on the ticket time rankings. He has 6 ACR appearances and 1 ranked appearance. And when we look at his coverage here, what we see is he's got a lot of overlap with Cat Luigi, the Petey Piranha Me Racing Suit, Pink Ninja Shy Guy, and then a few others. So the question mark block Me Racing Suit's an interesting one. That's a plus skill overlap there, as well with the Petey Piranha Me Racing Suit. Then we've got 3 overlaps with Mario Samurai and the Bronze Me Racing Suit, both boomerang options there. And Yoshi Goldie has 3 overlaps as well. So if you're invested in these items, guys, then Petey Piranha, maybe he's not going to make quite as much sense for you. I know for me that Petey Piranha shows up quite well in my rankings because every single one of those ones I just mentioned I have not invested into. What it does make me think though, guys, is maybe I should be looking at one of these other items. Both Yoshi Golding and question mark block Me Racing Suit are more interesting in terms of the skill for me, how I like to play the game, and what I want to get out of it. But what I want to do is I want to actually look at the courses here as we go through. So looking at it, you know, he's got these retro tracks over on the left in the pink here, these retro RT tracks, which are slightly less value in terms of return rate. I mean, dependent on how much often these items return, right, going forward. Then he's got 103 non-nitro, so non-city buffs that he could potentially still see. So that's fantastic. Really will be interesting to see how valuable he is, but he's already number 7, so he absolutely will be in that top 3 position at some point in the very near future. Alright, moving on. Next, we're going to take a look at Chargin Chuck. Chargin Chuck is number 8 on our list, right below Petey Piranha. He's been around a lot longer, so his buff potential is a lot less. He's only got 19 courses left to see, so his value is pretty much finished at this point. He is as he will be, though interestingly he got 2 new buffs this tour, which is crazy. It shows you how much we don't know what courses Nintendo will bring in the future and which items they will buff. So in terms of ACR, he's got 8 appearances this tour, which is pretty big, including 2 of those ranked appearances for a total of 12, which is fantastic in our hot list over on Ticket Time. Looking at his coverage, he has 5 overlaps with Meowser, he has 5 with Mario Samurai, he has 4 with King Boo Me Racing Suit, he has 4 with Silver Me Racing Suit, he has 4 with Chargin Chuck Gold, which is not surprising but interesting, right? And then he has 3 with Mario Satellaview and 3 with Peach Happy. So he's really an interesting one. There is a lot of overlap with other plus skills. Definitely a challenging one to invest into if anyone on that list there you're invested into already. Certainly for me, I've got him at 6,980 on my main account and 6,1190 on my free-to-play account, and he unfortunately does have a huge amount of overlap there. I think Pink Ninja Shy Guy is an interesting one to point out with the 5 there too. That's been quite make or break for me between these 2 drivers, certainly in terms of double capping and things like that. But yeah, really strong. He's 8 on our list, so if you love Lucky 7 and you're invested there, he's going to make sense for your account if he appears in your Spotlight shop. Alright, let's dive straight in now and check out Chargin Chuck Gold. So Chargin Chuck Gold is an interesting one. He's not been around very long. He has massive amounts of buff potential with 144 courses to see. However, we can already see that he is number 10 in our Ticket Time rankings, breathing down the neck of Chargin Chuck and gaining huge amounts of value in a very short period of time. He simultaneously has a lot of coin box overlap. If you take a look at our retros, our retro RTs, and even some of the nitros as well, but he also has no particular driver who has massive amounts of overlap with when it comes to coin box. So he's got 4 overlaps with Chargin Chuck, he's got 4 with Luigi Knight, he's got 2 with Bowser Santa, 2 with Daisy Tigress, 2 with Kamek, 2 with Miaza, 2 with Yoshi Gold Egg, and 2 with the Gold Racing Suit, as well as some more with other boomerang drivers. For me, this is exactly what I want to see. He's got a large hitbox. The only ones that really aren't great are the 2 with Bowser Santa and the 2 with Miaza. The rest, I really don't mind that much. Maybe Gold Me Racing Suit, being that it's got those extra base points, but everything else is really good. So I'm happy to replace Chargin Chuck on some courses. I didn't invest into Luigi Knight. So if you're in the same boat as me, investing into Chargin Chuck makes a lot of sense. He's got 2 courses, so spend your tickets. Do it the store, guys. If he's useful to you, absolutely go for it. Even if you're invested like me in Bowser, Santa, and Miaza, and Gold Me, and some of these other ones, it still makes sense. He's going to get huge amounts of value out of these 144 courses left. Alright, moving right along, it's one of my favorites is White Tanooki Mario. Let's take a look at his coverage and see when and if he appears in the Spotlight shop, should you purchase him? Man, it's been interesting. Some of these items we've looked at so far, Chargin Chuck Gold, White Tanooki Mario, are not even in the Spotlight shop, but we are hoping, we're guessing, we are betting that they will be. So for me, their value is right now peaking because they're not quite as available as other options yet. So now makes a lot of sense to invest into White Tanooki Mario from my perspective. You can see the overlaps here. We've got 4 with Yoshi Gold Egg, who for me personally, I never invested into. We've got 2 with Gold Me Racing Suit there. 2 with the question mark block Me Racing Suit, I also haven't invested into. And then we've got 4 with Mario Chef, 3 with Peach Happy, 2 with Daisy Holiday Chair and Lakitu Party Time in terms of Lucky 7s, 2 with the Nabbit Me Racing Suit, and then in terms of Boomerang, 3 with Petey Piranha, and 2 with Mario Sunshine, Giant Banana there, 3 with Rosalina Chef. So there's definitely some overlaps, but none of those drivers I am massively invested into apart from those couple of coin boxes here and there. So yeah, really good value. He's already got 16 retro courses. He only came out a few tours ago and he's got 121 courses to see, but I'm seeing that he's going to have massive value in the future, especially if you're investing now like I have. Alright, let's move along to Rosalina Chef. By the way, White Tanooki Mario, he is number 19 on our Ticket Time rankings. Rosalina is right behind him at number 20, so they're absolutely neck and neck. Unfortunately, with the overlap, you're probably going to want to pick one over the other. Looking at Rose's coverage, she's had a little bit more time in the game, so she's only got 94 courses left to see. I could see that White Tanooki Mario will probably eclipse her coverage and her value. However, she's really good with only 4 overlaps with Luigi Vacation, 4 with Yoshi Kangaroo, 4 with Petey Piranha, 4 with Rosalina Volendam, so a lot of boomerang overlap. Then we've got the 3 with White Tanooki Mario, which we just mentioned. We've got 3 with Silver Me Racing Suit, 4 with Lakitu Party Time, 2 with Pauline, 3 with Daisy Holiday Chair in terms of the Lucky 7s, and really not much coin box overlap at all. The only one is Chargin Chuck Gold with 3 overlaps there. I think Rosa has some great value. She is, like I said, already 20th on our Ticket Time rankings. Some great coverage there. If you're not invested in some of these ones that I just mentioned, she could absolutely make sense as your next driver to invest into. This tour, she does have 2 ranked appearances, which is fantastic to see. So check her out. Is she good for your account or not over on Ticket Time? Alright, now we're going to move on to Pink Shy Guy Ninja. He is currently our number 24 on our Ticket Time rankings. He's dropped down a little bit, being that he has been around a wee while. He's only got 37 courses left to see, and he has got some great coverage though. Quite a bit of overlap with some other drivers. 4 with Chargin Chuck Gold, he's got 3 with King Bob-omb Gold, 3 with Gold Me Racing Suit, 2 with Miaza, 2 with Kamek, 2 with Akama, 2 with Rosalina Swimwear, 2 with Yoshi Gold Egg. Then moving on to the boomerangs, 5 with Petey Piranha, which is an interesting one, 3 with Luigi Vacation, 3 with Shy Guy Ninja, and 2 with Rosalina Volendam. And with the Giant Bananas, he has 2 with White Tanooki Mario, and that's pretty much it. So not too bad in terms of the Giant Banana overlap there. So check him out. Is he good for your account? Is he not? He's in the daily spotlight shop now, so he might not be quite as valuable going forward. But if you're not invested in these drivers that I just mentioned, I think I forgot to mention Chargin Chuck as well. He does have a lot of overlap there. If you're not invested in these ones, then definitely check him out. Alright, and it wouldn't be an episode with me without mentioning the Miis. So the King Boo Mii racing suit is an interesting one here. It's got only 37 courses left to see, so it's actually had a lot of its value already there. We can see that it's got 6 overlaps with Mario Samurai. It's got 4 with Chargin Chuck and Mario Satellaview. It's got 2 more with Daisy Holiday Chair and Mario Halloween, as well as 2 with Peach Happy. Then we see also some overlaps with Coinbox, Meowser with 3, Kamek with 2, King Boo with gold with 2, King Boo gold with 2, and Bowser Santa with 2 there. He also has some overlap, 3 with Shy Guy Ninja, 3 with Luigi Knight, and 2 with Yoshi Kangaroo, so a bit of boomerang overlap there as well. But with those extra base points, could be really interesting for your account, so make sure to check out the King Boo Mii racing suit. I should also mention that with the Miis, it can actually make a lot of sense to invest into them. Now that a normal driver costs 150, you can pick up the King Boo Mii racing suit perhaps for only 70 or 100 rubies, which could give you a level up, which might make sense over spending your rubies on Coin Rush to get more tickets from the high-end Daily Select shop or from the tier shop. So Miis are even more powerful than before when we look at the way that the currency and the economy in this game has changed this tour. Alright, and we have to mention Mario King. He's only in place right now, number 48 in the ticket time rankings. However, he is brand new to the game last tour, so he's going to be a formidable force. He's had lots of buffs this tour, and he has appeared this time once in ranked and 6 in ACR. So interesting to only get 1 ranked appearance. However, he will likely get more ranked appearances in the coming tours as we go forward. So looking at his overlaps right now, he only has 2 with Daisy Holiday Chair, 2 with Mario Chef, and then taking a look at his other ones, they're not even showing up here because he's got a lot of 1 overlap. So he does have a lot of Coinbox overlap. However, he only right now has a few courses, so we'll have to see his value as he continues on. Make sure to check out what you've got covering ranked this week for the Cookie Land Battle course. Alright, and last but not least, let's check out Luigi Chef, the brand new driver in the game this tour. You're probably wondering, am I going to buy Luigi Chef? Yeah, nah. The thing is, guys, he's not a plus skill, so he would have to be giving me some really unique coverage on start to make me justify that purchase of 150 rubies, even as a Luigi fan. We've had so many Luigis this year, guys, so at the end of the day, you have to choose what ones am I going to invest into. If you're not investing into a triple banana character like me, then there's no point in actually purchasing the character unless you're a collector. So looking at his coverage, he has 3 overlaps with Chargin Chuck Gold, which is not a great start, being that I'm already just investing into him for ranked this week. He debuts Luigi Chef at 76 in our ticket time rankings. He's got 3 ranked appearances and 11 ACR appearances. However, when there's overlaps, that really reduces the value there. He also has 4 overlaps with Tanooki Rosalina. He has a lot of non-plus skill overlap, but he's got 2 with Rosalina Volendam. He has 2 with Daisy Holiday Chair. And I think the key thing to remember is that these non-plus skill drivers can have buffs to the courses which are newer to the game at any given point. If we look at some of those courses there, the ones that are brand new have less plus skills on them and they will get buffed into the future. Alright guys, so we're going to change tack now and go ahead and start looking at the carts that are valuable in this game. Now carts are going to be a little bit different. We're mainly focusing on the large hitbox carts. I've curated a list of the most interesting items I think from this tour would make sense to look at, ones that appear in the Spotlight shop again, ones that are showing up in Ranked, and ones that are really useful and have some great coverage. Now, the difference with Ranked this tour is again, our our top kind of 5 only have 1 ranked appearance each sort of thing, or even no ranked appearances at all. So there's some more interesting carts that we want to look at which are gaining value as we go forward as well. So firstly, we're going to take a quick look at the Warrior Wagon. A lot of people were excited to see this show up in the Spotlight shop this tour. It only has 1 ranked appearance this week. It has 6 ACR appearances. It is our number 1 cart on our ticket time rankings. And so if we take a look here, it has 9 overlaps with the Cact-B. It has 4 with the Jukebox buggy. It has 4 with the Dragonfly. What else? It has 3 with the Piranha pipes. It has 3 with the yellow Offroader. And 3 with the red Offroader. They're probably the same course. 3 with the flowery bandwagon. And yeah, 2 with a bunch as well there. So in terms of that, unless you're really invested into the Cact-B, the Warrior Wagon might make a lot of sense to invest into. I know for me it only does a bit for my account, but it's not the best. There's a lot of these carts which are on this list which I'm already invested into, but check it out. Warrior Wagon could be really good. It's got only 37 tracks left to see, so it's pretty well developed at this point. It is an amazing cart, and that is why it's our number 1 cart in the game right now. Next up, we've got the Jukebox buggy, an incredible cart, number 2 on our list. Only 1 ranked appearance right now in this tour, but it does have some incredible coverage. 6 overlaps with the Magma Broom, 5 with the Roaring Racer, 5 with the Vampire Flyer there, 5 with the Silver King, 4 with the Piranha Pipes. What else? We've got 4 with that Warrior Wagon, which we just mentioned. It's got 4 with the Lightning Streamliner, 4 with the Tanooki cart. Yeah, so those are the overlaps. It has yellow Offroader, I saw on the list there, 3 with the yellow Offroader, 3 with the Cact-B. You know, in the grand scheme of things, when you have 30 plus tracks, I mean, this one has 25 tracks in that are current retro tracks, right? So it's massively valuable if you think about what's left from that list. So yeah, Jukebox buggy, really interesting. Check out, if you aren't invested in a lot of these items, then definitely check it out and think about purchasing that item. Alright, now we've got the Cupids Arrow, which has a lot of value. It's got a great hitbox on it, and it has very little overlap with bigger cards. So if you have a look at this list right now, we've got the Warrior Wagon with 4, the Cactus with 3, Luna Cruiser with 3, Ramby Runner with 3, Jukebox Buggy with 3, Prop Cart with 3, Cact-B with 3. So a lot of 3 overlaps, but no one cart that really is the killer. I guess the main one you would probably want to think about would be that Warrior Wagon. It may not make sense to invest into both of these items as you go forward. So hold your rubies, guys. Just buy the items that you're going to be taking to a higher level straight away. And that's the Cupids Arrow. That is number 3 in our ticket time rankings right now, a massively meta cart right now. We need to mention the yellow Offroader. This thing is absolutely insane, as I mentioned before. Let's take a quick look at its coverage. You can see it's got 7 overlaps with the Tanooki cart. It's got 6 with the Combo Cruiser, 7 with the Choco Macaron as well, 6 with the brown Offroader, 5 with the Tiger Bruiser, 5 with the red Offroader, which is quite an interesting one there, 5 with the Jet Cruiser. Yeah, but I mean, you can see it is a hugely valuable cart. It's got 27 courses. The yellow Offroader is absolutely insane. Now we're taking a look at the Armoured Rider, the Warrior Wagon's paywalled counterpart, which is showing up in people's Spotlight shops. I know I will absolutely be purchasing it on my free-to-play account once it appears in my shop for me. Taking a look at its overlaps, it's got 7 with the Dragonfly, it's got 5 with the Sakura Hot Rod, 5 with the Vampire Flyer. What else is interesting in here? 4 with the Crawley Cart. Yeah, it's 3 with the Piranha Pipes. yeah, it's not a crazy list, guys, and for me, I'm not invested in pretty much any of those items that I just read out. So this is a hugely valuable cart, probably one of the most valuable in the game right now. It still has 37 courses to see, same as the Warrior Wagon, and it is currently number 9 on our tier ranking list. Alright, let's check out the Lightning Streamliner. This has been such a hot cart for people at the moment. Currently it is sitting at number 10 on our list, which is absolutely insane, being that it only came out in the Piranha Plant Tour. It still has 103 courses to see. This is one to watch, guys. Absolutely check it out. So for who would it make sense for? Who should purchase this? Well, if you're not invested in the Jukebox buggy, the Piranha pipes, the Coral Jet Cruiser, the Red Offroader, the Sakura Hop Rod, the Warrior Wagon with 3 overlaps, it's going to absolutely make sense for those people. So I think for me, I invested for my free to play. It made a lot more sense to invest into the Coral Jet Cruiser, which I got in a free pull a few tours back. So the Lightning Streamliner is going to be a pass for that account, but certainly for any account which is not invested into these, it's going to make a lot of sense, and it's still got 103 courses to see, as well as any new ones that Nintendo bring out in the meantime, so it will get its value absolutely. Now moving on to the Cact-B, it's really been interesting seeing how this item's developed as opposed to the Red Offroader, and I've seen this pattern quite a few times where the Red Offroader seemed to be a lot more valuable in ranked when it came out. It looked like it was going to get a lot more interesting buffs and value than the Cact-B. The Cact-B lagged for a couple of tours as well, however now it's really starting to get more interesting value and a lot more courses for a lot more coverage than the Red Offroader. So while the Red Offroader is sitting at number 24 on our list, the Cact-B has hopped over it this tour and is now sitting at number 22 on our list with a huge jump in the ticket time rankings. So it's got 8 ACR appearances, it's got 2 ranked appearances. This is where stuff's starting to look interesting this tour. It's certainly worth investing into or looking into this tour for a lot of people. And taking a look at the overlaps, it's got 4 with the Cact-R, it has 3 with the Dark Hop Rod, it has 3 with the new Flaming Speedster or Speeder. It's got 3 with the Banana Master, 3 with the old Offroader, it's got 3 with the Red Offroader, 3 with the Silver King. So if you're not invested in some of these items, it's going to make a lot of sense to look at this item. Especially I would expect this to come in the next few tours, start to appear in people's spotlight shops. So hold those items, don't invest into these items right now, guys. If you are thinking of it, if your Cact-R appears in your shop, maybe don't purchase that item and then instead buy the Cact-B and start investing into that instead. So what I would say is exercise patience as the coming tours turn around and we get some new items showing up in our spotlight shops. For me, I was even tempted to take this to level 7 and double or triple Kappa as well this tour, so it's so valuable to me and it's going to start to get even more buffs as we go forward. Alright, so now taking a look at the Red Offroader, we have 5 overlaps with the Yellow Offroader, we have 4 with the Lightning Streamliner, 4 with the Silver King, 3 with the Piranha Pipes, we have 3 with the Shielded Speedster, 3 with the Warrior Wagon, 3 with the Cact-B. Now, unfortunately, it is true that there is actually quite a lot of overlap there with the Red Offroader right now. So everyone went crazy on that cart when it came out, but unfortunately it looks like its long-term value might not be quite stacked up to something like the Yellow Offroader. That's still absolutely the winner here, and I think the Cact-B will be the winner long-term with better skill, being paywalled on launch, and just the more value that it seems to be getting. But if you're not invested in these items, the Red Offroader may make a lot of sense, and I know a lot of people never invested in the Yellow Offroader. The Red Offroader's got 144 courses to see. It's currently 24 on our tier ranking. It could get even better, so absolutely take a look. Maybe start making investments, especially this tour with the 2 ranked appearances that it has. Alright, now taking a look at the Gold Sweet Ride, a brand new cart this game. It is in the Gold Pass. Usually these don't have great value, but with the change in the economy, it's worth taking a look at what items and what courses it got to see if it's going to be valuable in the future. So it's got 4 overlaps with the Flaming Speeder, 4 with the Green Speeder, it's got 3 with that Bolt Buggy, 3 with that Cact-B, and take a look at the rest. 3 with the yellow Offroader, 3 with the Tanooki cart. A lot of not great courses there. A lot of the older Choco Island, Donut Plains, these courses, a lot of RTs as well. So you can see the value here is not the greatest. Now taking a look at the ranked reward, the green speeder, this one has again 4 overlaps with the gold sweet ride. It's got 3 with the Tanooki cart, 2 with the B-Dasher Mark II. You know, it has less of these RTs, so it looks more valuable. It's got some Ghost Valleys in there, it's got some Donut Plains, Choco Mountain, it's got the new GBA battle course. Nothing really paywalled or stand out about this. However, it doesn't have crazy amounts of overlap either. So this one could be more interesting in the future. I would say hold on to your tickets this tour though. Wait for a few tours to see if this thing's valuable. There's so many carts in this game, guys, so I would not recommend investing into this item at this stage. So one interesting conversation which has come up this tour has been these commemorative items. In this case, it's the Flaming Speeder, which is back as the only purchasable item outside of purchasing rubies this tour. So it's an interesting item. Unfortunately though, it already has 5 overlaps with the yellow Offroader, which makes it a lot less interesting to people. 5 with the purple bunny, which is quite a meta card as well, though perhaps you're not invested in that like me. There's 4 with the Tanooki card, so similar courses to these yellow Offroader courses. 3 with the red Offroader, 3 with the Cact-B. It's just too much overlap, guys. We've got the Sunset Wilds courses, Donut Plains, the new Cookie Land and Choco Island, a few RTs. It's just not that great, guys. So again, I would actually recommend not purchasing this one at all. It's probably not going to be one that you ever use in the future, though it's got massive amounts of buff potential, so really we never know. Alright guys, we're on the home stretch as we take a look at the gliders, and first up we've got the Golden Wings, our #1 ticket time ranked glider in the game right now, with an incredible 29 courses on top of the 11 nitro courses that it has. Its buff potential is absolutely finished though, guys, so you will see this tour. What's really interesting is it has no ranked appearances, being that we have almost exclusively new courses in ranked this tour. So it's really amazing glider. It has 6 overlaps with the 8-bit Fireflower, it has 6 with the home field glider, it has 6 with the Black Cat Parafoil, 5 with the Candlelight Flight, 5 with the Origami glider, 5 with the Barrel Hanafuda and the Black Great Sail and the Dragon Wings, Nava Oil Paper Umbrella, the Swooper, Wonderful Wings, and Starry Great Sail and Meteor Balloons. However guys, you know, 5 courses out of 28 is really not that much. So, you know, this is a hugely valuable glider even if you invest into it now. It's got huge ACR value, however its ranked days are probably nearing the end. It might get 1 every tour or 1 ranked appearance every 2 tours, however it's not going to get 3 in a tour like some of these newer gliders will. Glider coverage tends to be a little bit more of a slow burn though, so I think that it's still a pretty safe investment at this point. Speaking of wings, we've got the Wonderful Wings, one of the best gliders that we've had that's come out this year. It's almost the end of its life with only 22 buffs left to be able to see in its potential. However, it is currently sitting at our #2 spot with a massive 26 courses, only 2 away from the Golden Wings, which is pretty insane when you think about it. Its total buffs are less than the Golden Wings, so it's likely to get more, being that it's still a much newer glider. The Golden Wings has now been out for an entire year. Can you believe it, guys? Whereas Wonderful Wings has been out for a little bit over 6+ months. So yeah, it's pretty good. It has a lot of overlap with the Record Setter, the Aurora Balloons, the Ship's Wheel, the Wicked Topaz, Gold Eggshell, 5 with the Golden Wings as we said, and 5 with the Sky High Flyer, 5 with the Black Great Sail, and 5 with the Yukata Ribbon and the Vanilla and Chocolate Balloons. But outside of that, it's really good. I was a bit disappointed to see that overlap with the Vanilla and Chocolate Balloons, being that I've invested into that. However, that's a much newer item as well, so that one could be really useful in the future. We will take a look at that right now. Alright, so here's the Vanilla and Chocolate Balloons. It has 6 overlaps with the Green Cat Parafoil, the Tropical Balloons, and the Glittering Parasol. It has 5 with the Cat Parafoil, the Wonderful Wings, Then it has a bunch with 4, the Pink Magnifying Glass, the Waluigi's Moustache, the Glinting Glider, and the Fire Manta Glider, and the Silver Surfmaster. But you can see, guys, that it's already looking very, very good. Not a heck of a lot of overlap, 121 courses to see, some really strong retro value there. It's got some Mario Circuit, Neo Bowser, Baby Park, Cookie Land, Daisy Cruiser, Luigi Raceway, Donut Plains, Vanilla Lake, Choco Island, Coconut Mall, DK Summer, and Cooper Cape. So this one could be massively valuable in the future. I would highly recommend you check this out, and it still hasn't appeared in the Spotlight shop. So right now, if you've got access to this glider, it could be a huge one to invest into this tour, especially with its 2 ranked appearances. Next up, we've got the Candlelight Flight, a very meta glider with its 26 courses, same as the Wonderful Wings. It's only got 11 courses to see, guys. This one's been out for almost as long as the Golden Wings, so it's nearing the end of its life cycle. We can kind of imagine where the Wonderful Wings might be in another 3, 4, 5 months once it's reached that peak of 1 year of completion. It looks like we've got almost like an annual level of cycling tracks through, and you can see that very prevalently with the gliders. It's got 7 overlaps with the Flybury Book and the Sakura Origami Glider. It has 6 with the Magic Parasol, Wario's Moustache, Black Cat Parafoil, Origami Glider, Vampire Wings, Nabba Oil Paper Umbrella, and it has 5 with the Dry Bowser Umbrella, the Golden Wings, and the Snow Crystals. So outside of those, it is a very, very good glider to invest into. Massive amounts of courses. Even now, this tour, it even has 1 ranked appearance. Now we're checking out the record setter. This one here has 8 overlaps with the Wonderful Wings, 7 with the Galaxy Glider, and then it has 6 with the Glinting Glider, the Snow Crystals, the Sky High Flyer, and then with 5 it has the Meteor Balloons, Icy Mario's Moustache, Spider Glider, and the Star Spangled Glider. So this one really is, it comes down to if you're investing into either the Wonderful Wings or the record setter. For most people it's one or the other, as they have so many overlaps. But really meta glider with 26 courses. It only has 22 left to see though, so I'm a little dubious about investing into this. Basically, if you're invested in Wonderful Wings, don't invest into this, and vice versa. Alright, and now we're checking out the Tropical Balloons, which has 6 overlaps with the Vanilla and Chocolate Balloons. It has 5 with the Candlelight Flight Cake. Then it has 4 with a bunch of different options there, which you can see on the screen. So this one's quite an interesting one here. Those Vanilla and Chocolate Balloons, Candlelight Flight Cake, really interesting to see these 3 gliders overlapping so much. It seems to be that these 3 are really meta right now. They're getting a good bunch of courses which are required and have showed up in rank over the last wee while. So I would recommend investing in one of these items. Let's go take a look at which ones make sense if we go from the Tropical Balloons over to now the Vanilla and Chocolate. Now if we go over to the Candlelight Flight Cake. Alright, so if we look at this one, we can see straight away it has a lot more in terms of the nitro tracks, but that doesn't seem to have slowed down the amount of retro tracks that the Candlelight Flight Cake has gotten. In fact, I started investing in this glider this tour with its 2 ranked appearances and being really useful on my free-to-play account, giving me heaps of coverage here. It made sense to start investing into that glider this tour. You can see it's got the Baby Parks, the Cookie Land, Chocolate Island, Donut Plains, Vanilla Lake, and Coconut Mall. So some really good value there. I'm not so sure how valuable it will be in the future, so Tropical Balloons may be a little bit better, but we can see when we look at the overlaps, the main one to look out for is that Tropical Balloons. Other than that, it has 4 overlaps with a bunch of items here, but really it's got some pretty unique value so far. Alright guys, thanks for sticking with me. Here we are at the end of our episode. We've got one more item to look at, which is this beautiful black Starchute, which still hasn't appeared in the Spotlight shop yet. It is a paywalled item at this stage, and it is massively valuable. It has 6 overlaps with the Boo Masks, which was quite a rare glider. It has 5 with the Origami and the Flybury Book and the Lava Rocks. Then it has 4 with the 8-bit Bullet Bill, and a bunch of different options there as well. So if you're not invested in these items, this is a really amazing glider, so be patient for it to appear in the Spotlight shop and you to be able to purchase it. It's got some really good courses. This one is going to be massively valuable in the future, and currently is already sitting at number 12 on our ticket time rankings. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for joining this new format of these episodes. I really hope you liked the first episode of the Spotlight on the Battle Tour. Make sure to leave some feedback in the comments down below or over on Discord. And from here, I would love to hear from you. What did you like? What would you like to see in these episodes as we move forward? Did you like the format? What would you change, or what would you do differently? Lastly, make sure you check out Ticket Time, put your inventory into Ticket Time to see your own rankings and to see what are the most valuable items for you that might be appearing in ranked but might also be useful on your account in terms of the long term and in terms of coverage. So guys, hit like, hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Bye bye.